Hello everyone, I know it's been some time since I last did a review, but I am here, I am back, I am here with a brand new Doctor Who action figure review, and we're going to be looking at the K-1 robot and 4th Doctor from the B&M exclusive line by Character Options. To start off with, before we go anywhere, I'm just going to take a look at the backdrop very quickly. The figures come packaged with a backdrop of Professor Kettlewell's laboratory, I guess it is, in some form. And it looks really nice, just a quick screen grab really, nothing too interesting. Obviously got the keep out sign and the brick wall, and also got the door as well on the other side of the in fact I think this image is reversed because just down here there's some stairs, which is where the Doctor comes down and he meets the K-1 robot, so I'm pretty sure this image is reversed, but it's very nice to have included in the set as well. And now we're going to move on to the fabulous K-1 robot. Compared to last time, this has had some minor tweakage and changes made to this figure. There's not really much in terms of changes, just a few colour alterations from the previous release, one that I did not get, so I'm very excited to finally have this one. Most noticeable difference is the colour alteration here, which on the original release was a flat red. This is now a metallic purple, and the brain sector, I guess you would call it, is now more of a pinkish hue, pinkish transparent hue. The mask part where Michael Kilgareth would see out of has been changed to black. These, I guess they're knobs and switches, have been also painted in black, and again on the back, black switch, a few others been painted in the same silver as the figure. I think the major alteration change on this is the colour of the silver. Originally it was a flat silver, much like the early Daleks. One of the biggest noticeable differences about this figure is that he is now very floppy. So sometimes he can be quite hard to stand up. Because he's quite a top-heavy figure, most of the bottom of this can't stand itself up without any kind of help. So unfortunately making some poses with this figure are quite difficult, because he has quite looser limbs than the initial release. But it is nice to finally have a re-release, and one that looks more accurate than the original. As you can see, he comes with his Disintegrator Gun. Because the arm is made out of a rubber piece, and the gun being slightly too heavy, it does bend this arm slightly. However, that is quite accurate to the K-1 robot in the show. His arm did bend slightly when holding the gun.
Go! Go now! Or I will destroy you all!
And as you can see, the Disintegrator Gun arm, or rather his claw, has actually been made a lot thinner than the original release. It's nice to see these changes have been made, and it's very nice to see a figure that actually looks more accurate to its on-screen counterpart. Apart from really the floppiness of the figure, this is a perfect representation of the K-1 robot. And I am so glad that we finally got another release of it. In terms of articulation for the K-1 robot, he has 360 at the head, can also move from side to side slightly and move back and forth. The arms can move back and out to the sides and swivel. The waist can do a 360 degree. The legs can swivel 360. Legs can also move back and forth. The feet cannot move, however they do have some articulation at the front, which allows the toes to bend back and forth. Next up is the new fabulous 4th Doctor figure, and wow, what a representation of the 4th Doctor as he is seen in Robot. The jumper has been made to look a lot more accurate to the on-screen version. I'm not actually sure if this is the tie that he wore in the episode. I'm not actually sure if this is the tie he wore in the episode. It might be, it might not be, it might just be a variant that character said, oh, let's do that. But I'm not overly sure. I might have to go back to the episode and check. The biggest change on this figure is that the jacket is much brighter in red. The reason why is because it's actually been cast in this colour and then additional pieces painted on, such as the lining of the pocket and the jacket elbows. And if you can see, the very tiny buttons. The reason why they've done this is to make the jacket pop more and make it more vibrant than the original release, which was more of a glossy plastic. I'm really liking this change on the 4th Doctor. I think it actually makes his costume a lot more brighter in comparison to his original release, which, whilst that is a very nice figure, it's kind of now outdated. And if you have some eagle eyes, you can see that they've actually speckled his pants this time around. Again, also accurate to his on-screen counterpart. What's nice about this figure, however, is the lack of a smile. They've given the Doctor, finally, a solemn head, so now at least he isn't grinning like a mental patient. I think this is a very nice change to see on the 4th Doctor. It's been quite some time since we've had a release of this version of that Doctor, so it's nice to see that they've gone back and made some changes, as well as give the 4th Doctor a solemn head while he's got his hat on. The only time we've ever seen this is in the Seeds of Doom set and the 11 Doctors set, and in those he looks very, very worried. So it is very welcome to see that nice facial sculpt changed for this variant of the head. To be honest, this is just a Seeds of Doom head, but with the brown hat instead of the green hat. Articulation for Tom Baker is pretty much standard. Some movement at the head, hindered by the scarf. The head is removable if you want to change it over with his grinning head or his solemn non-hatted head. You're more than free to do that, so by all means, take his head off and replace it. Arms do 360, biceps do 360, elbow articulation, wrist articulation, waist articulation, thigh articulation, and knee articulation. This set is fabulous, and I think it's a highly anticipated set, and it's been a set that people have wanted for so long. It's nice to see that they finally re-released the K-1 robot, and a 4th Doctor that just looks like a normal 4th Doctor. And it's nice to see they've tried the best as they can to actually go back and look at the episodes and say, right, okay, if we're going to do this set, we need to change this and this and this. So they've actually managed to take their time with this and actually think on what changes need to be made. This set is out at B&M, so you can go out to your local B&M and pick this up. Some places are taking longer than usual, but unfortunately that is the case with most B&Ms at the moment. In fact, this set was meant to be released back in December when it was announced by Arduar on the Character Options YouTube. But as we know, over the past year, B&M have had some delivery and stock issues. Hopefully this will get better this year, but unfortunately we can't say anything because there isn't any official kind of word on this. It is what it is, and we just kind of have to keep going, really. Either way, I hope you've enjoyed this review, and I shall see you all next time. Hopefully I will have the 10th Planet Cyberman, Power of the Daleks, I need to do Evil of the Daleks, Planet of the Daleks as well. I've got so many to do, and I've needed the time off after Christmas, so now that we've got these, I'm hoping to get back into it and go back over all of my past sets as well, and finally get those cranked out. But until then, I shall see you all next time. Bye-bye!